I'm a loser? Look at that. No way, dude. This is not the nose of a loser.
Okay, listen. Billy. Shut up for a second and tell me if you hear something when You heard it. You heard it, right? Did you hear it?
Shaniqua. Shaniqua.
Were you studying Shaniqua's last night?
Yeah, well, you know, urban studies, and I needed help, so...
Lie to her.
Listen, if you want to be qualified for this job at FEMA, you gotta work a little bit harder than that.
God, I'm working as hard as I can.
Listen, we have very stringent regulations here at FEMA. You gotta take care of your homeland. What does that mean to you?
My whole what?
Your homeland.
My whole length.
Your homeland.
Johnny, you're the translator around here?
She said homeland.
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 Yeah, but this is where Yorick is buried down here. Yorick. Poor Yorick is buried in here.
Poor who?
Yorick.
York. Poor York.
You're reading the wrong translation, man. Yorick.
You like chalk. York. Poor York.
Yorick. Yorick.
Where are you from? Scotland?
Have you ever read anything, ma'am? Have you ever read Shakespeare?
Who?
Speaking of Scotland, it reminds me of a story when I went to England when I was a very young girl. And my parents took me to see the Queen. We went to Buckingham Palace and I was so excited to see a Queen. Oh my goodness. I'd read so many stories about Sleeping Beauty and all these princesses and queens, and it was so exciting that I was going to see the Queen of England. And the horses came out, and the guards at Buckingham Palace, everyone was very regal, and we waited and we waited and we waited for hours and hours for the Queen, and I kept saying, Mommy, when is the Queen going to come out? When are we going to see the Queen? And I pictured her riding in on a white horse with her Prince Charming, and we waited for hours and hours, and then the moment came, and the Queen came out, and I said, Mommy, she has short hair. I had this image of the Queen and all these stories I'd read. She should have long flowing hair, and she looked matronly and old and had a little purse and short hair. And I guess the moral of the story is, don't believe fairy tales.
I love fairy tales.
This one is about Snow White.
Snow White. I love Snow White. You'll never buy it?
Well, it's been 20 years since then.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, once there was a woman named Snow White. She had 7 dwarfs.
She had 7 dwarfs, like, had 7 dwarfs?
7 dwarfs. Present.
7 doors? Like she had to choose which door? I remember the story. Come on.
What happened was, one day she was made to fall asleep. And then she woke up, and she was in the prince's castle. And where the 7 dwarves were serving her all the food and all the drink that she could ever want.
But if she was in the prince's castle, maybe she didn't want her to make sure to get fat.
It was a slim fast.
How you doing, boys? My name is the Queen, and I am your entertainment for tonight.
Hello! Shake it, baby!
How you doing, Miss Thang? You doing all right?
Excuse me, where are we?
You are at Queenie's, my friend.
Dude, you need to ask that question. Look at these tatas, are you crazy?
They look real, don't they?
Marie, you look so good. You got that thing up here?
Wow,
Can you
guys.
see my Adam's apple?
Wait,
Good job.
Nice.
wait a minute. Queenies? What are you?
Holy
shit, dude. We're in the wrong fucking place, man.
Speaking of tatas. I just had to do that. So, we were talking about fairy tales earlier, and some of us like to think of history, stories about the U.S. in fairy tale kind of terms. And I was in, I took a German class, all right? And to this day, I took 3 levels of German. I can't speak a word of German. All I did was screw around all the time. And the teacher used to think it would be fun and get us involved if we sang songs, right? And there was one song that we sang about Christopher Columbus. Now, why German people would be singing about Christopher Columbus, I don't know. Bad enough, you think. Yet, the song we sing, there's a part of it in which the Indians say, "Thank you for discovering us." What? You can't, you're there, they're there, they're discovering you, more like. Oh, look, there's a boat. Oh, and someone's coming home. You know what I mean? It's like, it was the weirdest thing. And I got in this really large fight. The only thing I paid attention to in German the whole year. It's this little tiny detail of some German song that was probably just made up on the spot, right? So, the moral of the story is pay attention in German class if you want to actually learn the language, and U.S. history is not always a fairy tale.
We must write a song. We must write a song about Christopher Columbus. We will say, yeah, Christopher Columbus, yeah. And then we will say that,
Long stockings and long pretty hair.
Sing about 1492.
1492,
He
yes.
stole the land from you in 1492.
It could be a drinking song. We drink 1492. And the Indians, we discovered you. There, yeah, and then we do the so then we do the song.
So now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about German and why it is a very difficult language to learn.
Oh, no. I heard that German is really easy.
Okay.
Listen, I can speak German already. Fingerhut.
Fingerhut.
No. Fingerhut.
Fingerhut.
Das ist gut.
That is good. Das is good.
Aren't you like supposed to be the teacher?
I feel like I'm
Ready? Swolf.
Swolf.
Mr. Brown, I saw that you didn't finish mopping the floors in the hallway.
A little while ago, there was a little episode that reminded me of a time. I used to drink a lot with a friend of mine. We used to go to Phoebe's and have $5 pitchers and drink 2 or 3 of them each. And